When you first access Tree, you'll see a page that looks something like this. So it will ask you to update your profile. Go ahead and do that. And then just hit the complete continue. Then you'll get this question, did you update your email? Click yes, confirm, and then just hit next. Then hit continue. Okay, so this is the lab manual itself. And so, at least for me, this dumped me into the lab syllabus. And so this is worthwhile to read. So this is going to have information about the lab structure, lab schedule and due dates, and so on. And you can download, this little button over here to the upper right is a download button. So you can actually download the file if you want. It makes it look bigger. Then you hit this button again. You can download it or print it as a PDF. If you hit this button here, I can save as a PDF and save that wherever I want to. So I'm going to go ahead and cancel that. But again, this is worthwhile reading. Make sure you read this. Again, I think this is the most important page right here. It tells you what is due when. So let me go back to the lab manual itself. And so to get to the actual content, there's this little button here. Don't hit the complete and continue. That for now, for the rest of the quarter and the rest of this lab manual, do not use this button right here. It's not needed. It'll just take you sequentially from one item to another, but this will cause you problems if you're trying to do the pre-lab. So just ignore this button forever and ever from now on. Rather, navigate using these little buttons up here. Click on that, and this will actually take you to all the files and all the files for each of the lab. So here's the welcome, the before you begin stuff, the lab syllabus, and then the lab 1 contents right here. And so in here, we're going to have a video here on how to access the pre-labs. There's a pre-lab 1, the PDF version. So this is not writable. You can't write on this, but some students like to have the PDF version. You can click on that. It'll show up in the little window here on Learning Tree, but you can also download this. So just like with the other documents, you can download it if you prefer that. So going back here, let me navigate back. And then for submitting the pre-lab, there's a form here we call the live version. You want to use this to submit your pre-lab. And so if you click on that, that will actually take you to this form right here. You'll need to type in your email. I've done this before, so my stuff will autofill for me. You need to fill in your lab section. This can be found on your schedule. This is very important because your TAs will receive this based on your lab section. If you click the wrong lab section, your TA will not get your pre-lab. So very important you figure this out. Look at your course schedule. It'll tell you your lab section. Then hit the next button. Do not hit the complete and continue button. Hit the next button here. I can't make this one disappear. Never hit that one. And so here, then you go along here with a thing about the plagiarism policy. Then you can just answer questions as you go along here in the pre-lab. Some of these you're putting text in. A lot of reading in here. That's why we provide the PDF form for you too. So you can read the PDF and fill out your answers here. Hit the next button, take you to the next page. Again, do not hit complete and continue. Hit the next. Go ahead and continue here. Again, whatever answers you want to write here, and so on till you get to the very last page. And so here, it'll tell you what page you're on. Just click next. And then on the very last page, you'll see this button, submit. So this pre-lab will not auto-save. And so in order for any of your answers to be saved, you have to hit this submit button. Hit this one. Again, do not hit complete and continue. Do not hit this one. If you hit that one, it'll take you to the next lesson and your answers will not have been saved. The submit button here is the important one. This is the one that will save your answers. And so you don't have to fill out the whole thing if you want to save your answers. So you can do just like what I did. Just navigate from one page to the next and get to the last page, hit submit. Hit submit, and then you'll get this little page right here. And then what I will do is just take a screen grab of that for my own records and as proof. And then it'll live as a screenshot on my desktop. And just leave it there for the quarter, and if there are issues, we can refer to that. So when you hit submit, you should receive an email that looks something like this. So this will be a copy of your responses. So again, this is just another double check. So in case something happens, you have a copy of those. But you could also go back and edit. And so don't hit the edit response. I find if I hit this button here, it takes me to a blank sheet. Whereas if I hit this button here, it'll take me to this button here, which has the answers I already submitted. So again, don't hit the edit responses. For whatever reason, just takes you to a blank sheet. But if you go to this one right here, it'll actually take you to your answers. And then you can go in, and if you want to change your answers, don't like what you wrote. So now I'm thinking that's false, or I'm thinking that's false here. I can go in and change my answers if I want. I'm just going to go quickly navigate through all the pages here. Click and submit. And I'll get this page again. And then if I want to edit my responses again, I can go and continue this cycle forever and ever if you are a glutton for punishment. But it's a good idea to have a copy of your pre-lab. Okay, so to navigate to the other content, go to the student view here. We're going to have the lab instructions here. These live as a PDF on your computer. Again, you can download it if you like, but these are going to be the instructions for the actual lab. And then the lab assignment itself is going to be this document right here. So for your lab assignments that you're going to turn in what we call the post-lab or the lab homework, you can hit the download button here. You grab the file, open it up, and then this is just a Word file. And in here, we ask you to type your answers in here, whatever they happen to be, and we do prefer that you write it in a color other than black. That makes it a lot easier for us to see. For some of the files, we're going to want you to put in, or some of the homeworks are going to want you to submit a graph. So you get a number of ways you can do that. You can embed a graph in here as an image, or if it's easier for you, just to take a photo of a graph, and you can upload that separately. When you're done, you're going to upload this assignment to Canvas. And when you're done, we want you to upload it either as a Word file or as a PDF. We can't read the other formats. So one or the other. So again, if you don't have Word, which you can get for free as a UC Davis student, make it a PDF. And to make it a PDF, if you're not sure how to do that, you can just go to Print. This is how you do it on Word. Select Save as PDF. You can call it whatever you want. I'll get rid of this garbage here. Hit save, and you got a PDF that you can upload. And that's it. So you can do that for most of the assignments. Again, if you have questions, be sure you contact your TA.